good on the Valentina. But I'm personally very curious to see where this will go, because that means that Show may not be the roamer. Homebois completing their draft with the Benedetta and Kufra, and the Dirov gonna come out from Todak.
So it looks like Gushin is most likely to go into the mid lane. I would like to assume that. Oh, it's a tough call. It could be Gushin in the mid lane, it could be Dyroth going into the jungle. We'll see in a little bit what the final rotations are going to be. But Homebois, the fact that they're getting the Kufra and as well as the Benedetta, they have ways to kind of stop engagements and at the very least counter-engage against Todak.
Todak are not swapping their draft. That is a Gushin jungle and a Minotaur mid lane in the hands of Chiku, guys. I'm very curious to find out how this will work out. This is a hero that has not been prevalent in the meta for a very, very long time. Homebois have a lot of flexibility, lots of ways to disengage from teamfights, while Todak has a lot of pick-off potential, a lot of damage inbuilt into their heroes to scale up into that late game. And as we prepare to enter the land of Dawn, we will find out which of these two fan-favorite teams will reign supreme.
Let's find out here. Homebois on the blue side, Todak on the red side, in our first match of this best of 3 in the upper brackets. Now, Danny Hood has expressed a lot of value when it comes down to wishing that they could make it to M4 to be a Malaysian representatives. And Todak, again, they've consistently been there so many times. The real question is, does Homebois, this is their first testing ground to truly show that they are worthwhile?
Sapat already going to be chased out of lane. This is pretty difficult. Dirov is a hero that will basically 1v1 any EXP laner. And with Yumski around, you can see Todak are already applying a lot of pressure. They want to unlock Formaze from this EXP lane because a Dirov can contribute a lot to early game skirmishes.
Yeah, and the fact that they actually got the cancel on his recall is going to stall him even more. Dirov's going to get further ahead while the rest of the mid lane continuing to actually fight it out. Chiku guys and Yumski together. Leo Murphy to be one of my favorite supports coming in from the MPL ID, but we're getting right back into the game, and let's jump right into it here. Because again, we're talking about Momo and the fact that he needs to hard carry this game with the help of Rival. It's a lot of AoE damage that is solely based on whether or not Chiku can set it up.
Yeah, we have to know, Todak, their late game scaling, like you mentioned, is hyper dependent on this Claude. The rest of their team really does not scale up very much. So Todak, they're actually focusing a bit more towards this EXP lane to pull the Homebois over so that they do not focus on disrupting Momo's farm.
Wait, what's going on here? Anin pulled really far back into the lane. He should technically continue to bully the Claude for the time being, but I guess they don't have the information just yet.
Right now we can see Todak. They're around the turtle pit. They do have better early game damage, but here comes the fight.
Oh, Chiku, he's not even using the Minoan Fury just yet. He drops it down, but Chibi manages to dodge it just in time. A 2v4 as Bang and Zakas instantly get bursted down here. Sapat, he can continue to go forward, but Formaze finds the kill.
Beautifully played by Todak. They know for sure that they are going to have the better damage scaling at this point of the game with the Gushin, with the Dirov, so they don't need to be afraid of sitting around the turtle pit at all. And it was Homebois who entered that with a little bit more doubt than they should have, resulting in hesitation. And once Bang got caught out, they really needed to just leave.
It was a 50-50 there for Zakas. I definitely feel like Zakas should have face-checked it as soon as possible just to know where the rage meter is on Chiku. And again, Chiku's going to repeat this process. He is going to push out that mid wave, build up that Minoan Fury, and then don't show himself on the map to leave this lingering pressure. Once again, Chiku walking up, he's got the Minoan Fury ready to go, but he's not going to unleash it just yet.
Yeah, the Homebois are not going to be able to apply a lot of pressure onto the map at this stage of the game because most of their heroes need scaling. Valentina, Ling, so on. Chiku in danger.
And they jump right on Ling. Ling with the Tempest of Blades coming on through. Rival now left by himself. Zakas may be low, but it might be too late as Momo joins the fight with the Blazing Twin. He doesn't have much damage, and Zakas is willing to give his body up to allow the rest of the Homebois to walk away through Tribrush.
Beautiful fight layering by Todak, knowing which of their heroes they can send in first, and then delaying the fight long enough for the rest of their players to be able to connect it up. Todak are demonstrating an intense level of skill right now, and the fact that Chiku was able to escape from all of that and take Zakas' life in exchange, Todak are feeling themselves.
I mean, yes, they get value for money, but I feel like Zakas I felt like he was scammed a little bit. The hitbox looked like it should have connected against the wall. I guess the direction just didn't push him there. I don't know. I thought that was a little unlucky.
Yeah, sometimes things just happen and you just gotta live with it. You can see now Todak confident enough to invade the enemy jungle. Luckily, GB still has that retribution, so he will be fine. But you can expect that in the next couple of minutes, Todak are going to really start honing in onto Homebois' jungle. They don't want to give Link farm.
Yumski is now in some trouble here. Tournament memory secures the kill, and now Momo in trouble. He's going to get dove under turret, but GB going to back off. He doesn't want to commit just yet, especially since Turtle is up. Wait, no. They're actually setting it up. Zakas looking to jump on in as Chiku face checks the Tri-Brush, sees Zakas, pushes him away, allowing Momo to continue farming the wave.
The Homeboys decided to sacrifice the turtle there because they know they are not going to be able to take the fight against Todak yet, to try and potentially trade for either Momo's life or more gold from the turret shield, because the Brody is going to be able to take a lot of gold if he gets a bit of help. But because Momo was able to back off and defend it, that means that Homeboys unfortunately weren't able to trade up in that matter. And now Todak might be looking for more.
Yeah, they try to go for more, but I don't think Todak wants to fight just yet, right? There's no reason for them to fight. They could look for picks, but it's not going to be worth it because the whiplash or the splashback coming in from Homeboys is going to be way stronger. So I think it's better just to hold them hostage with this Minoan Fury.
Absolutely. Todak, they know that they're going to have a lot more pressure on the map for the next few minutes before we could see Chibi as well as Bang picking up a couple more items. Homeboys, they're definitely detecting some movement by Todak down here. So Anip, Zakas gonna play it safe, calling Bang over to provide some help. Someone's gotta have to make a move. Zakas.
Yep, he's gonna start this initiation here. He sees 3, and now Anip, he's hesitating to go back into the fight, but no fear flicker on top of him to ensure the kill. That's so much damage. But Yumski, he's gonna get a good kick onto Chibi to allow Momo to escape in the meantime, but instead he jumps back into the fight, gets knocked up in the nick of time, just before Zakas died. That's so unfortunate. Momo could have gotten so much off of that.
Yeah, that was a little bit unlucky for both players there. Zakas unfortunately not getting the pin on Momo against the wall, even though he was right in the middle of the Tyrant's rage. And then Momo getting knocked up once he re-entered the fight. So honestly, things did end up balancing out there in terms of karma, but Todak are still going to somewhat maintain their gold lead. But I'm honestly a little surprised that Todak aren't playing more aggressively with this. It does look like they're putting a lot of their faith onto Momo and just trying to delay the game until the Claude gets his scaling.
Speaking of which, Zakas looking for an engagement was Chiku to zone him out. The Minoan Fury is back up. He's looking for an angle to get as many people as possible. GD might be in some trouble, forcing out the Tempest of Blades, but he gets knocked up and manages to get kicked. Wait, by Yumski at the same time. He's trying to get on out of there, but with the purple buff alone, he might not make it. Momo runs him down. They find the Blazing Duet, and Todak back off immediately. A ticking time bomb.
Chiku has been... Oh, hold on! Here comes Rival just to find one more on Bang before he can recall back to the base. Todak constantly layering on the pressure right now. Their positioning is excellent, and having 2 tanks in Chiku guys and Yumski really does impede Homeboy's ability to engage.
Yeah, it's making them struggle quite a bit, and with Gushin on the top side of the map, Subot is looking to get on out of there, but Hornbase is not going to let him go just yet, breaking his immortality straight away, times the Abyssal Strike perfectly. Subot not even standing a chance. Purple buff now being contested here. They don't manage to secure it. Jiku guys even committing to a Minoan Fury.
Todak already expanding their battlefield. They know that their individual heroes have already hit their power spikes and can take individual battles around the map, basically making it very difficult for Homeboys to expand their lead. And TB gets picked off again.
Really nice combination coming in from Rival. He doesn't even use the Shadow Blade Slaughter first. He Shadow Blade Slaughters into Incandescence straight away to ensure the damage, and then lands the Sword Spike but doesn't even commit to it, just uses the second Shadow Blade Slaughter to ensure Chibi's death.
That basically confirms that Rival is comfortable on the cushion, and it feels like he's Tina, Ling, Benedetta. It takes a bit too long to start making that momentum happen.
I think worst of all is the fact that Homeboys are missing all of their tier 1 turrets, so they're not going to have a lot of safety walking up deep into the lane. Todak can actually look for it's actually easier for Todak to actually get ganks off in comparison to Homebois, where Chibi was supposed to be that driving factor with his high mobility.
Yeah, but all Todak has to do is plant Yumski and Chiku guys in various bushes around the map, and the amount of vision they provide is more than enough to allow the squishier members of Todak to easily secure objectives and push out other sides of the map.
We have to talk about how far ahead Rival is. He's 5-0-2, and I just saw him purchase a Holy Crystal. I'm fairly confident that he has at least 3 items by this point in the game.
Yeah, no player really goes for that Holy Crystal unless they already have at least 2 items, so I agree with you there. And honestly, I'm very curious to look at the item build, so once we get the chance. But Todak already sitting on that 6k net worth lead. So far, this Minotaur pick is really working out, and Chiku is demonstrating to us exactly how to manage that rage meter.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job, and now Shadowblade slotted as well as the Way of the Dragon to secure this kill on to Chibi, who's just trying to find any way to bring this game back. It's falling out of their hands right now as Todak are now looking to claim every tier 2 off of this single Lord.
Todak have always been particularly skilled with macro gameplay, especially if they are in the lead in whatever game they're playing, and we are seeing that in full force, splitting across the map, pressuring every single tower, breaking an inhibitor with the first Lord of the game.
It's ridiculous. It's a 9k goalie for Todak's side, and in this position, there's no way they can lose the next upcoming team fights. They just don't stand a chance. But Zakas, he's trying to make things work. He jumps on in with the Tyrant's Rage, doesn't find anything just yet. However, the purple buff currently being contested right now. Will Gushin get the one shot here onto Ling? Yes or no? Let's find out. Chibi is taking the 1v1, but quickly gets on out of there, stealing the purple buff away.
But will he be able to escape? Yunski is looking for him. Will they try and find... Oh, Yunski!
Yup, he fights it with the dragon, and he still has the Shunpo to catch up. Chiku flickering in the middle, finds 3 in the target. Eye for an eye was a good team fight, but the rest of the team slowly collapses on the other member. Zakas on him, as well as Subpot bite the dust.
That is GG right there. 15 seconds before any members of the Homebois comes back. We are only 11 minutes into the game, and the crystal is exposed. No defense, and Todak know it as they flex their way to victory.
One of the fastest games we've seen so far. A Minotaur mid lane coming out of Chiku. These valiant picks, weird things, make them work. Only Todak is able to pull these off.
Unpredictability also means that the enemy team cannot prepare against it. They do